Boy, I gotta say, we've been seeing way too many elves lately, but I do appreciate a good Eltharion replay. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Eltharion the Grim up against the Beastmen, run by Thulsa Doom. This replay is given by NC Gala, who has discovered a weird little issue here. As you can all see, Eltharion is sort of just vanguarded with the Beastmen. I think he's imprisoned maybe a Beastman lord or something and just stolen their tactics. I'm not sure what is going on here, but I find it very thematic that he managed to steal Beastman secrets and is using them against them. So here we are. We got a vanguarded Eltharion, and honestly, leave it like this, CA. Please just give him Vanguard. Why not? That'll make him good. He is on Stormwing, and he does have Apotheosis. That's all he's got. Plus his whatever, not as good anymore, Mistwalker's Barrage. We won't talk about that though. Rangers will be the front line, obviously, as they're vanguarded up front against the Beastmen. For the rest of the army, it's going to be some Ellyrian Reavers for the Cav and some Ellyrian Reaver Archers for the Skirmishing, and Fireborn as well in the back line. They can help deal with any Minotaurs, etc. And then we've got just some Eltharion Seaguard, a single unit of those bad boys. For the Beastmen, we've got a Kazarak One Eye. He is here. He is pissed off. He's looking for Toddy, but instead he found Eltharion. And he's probably going to get his butt kicked. But we'll see. We'll see. Deadly Onslaught, Apocalyptic... Wow, words are hard. Apocalyptic Vision, and Scourge. He's got all the good stuff. Very cool seeing Scourge being brought, or is in general Kazarak being brought as well. Darkmail as well, which gives him a bunch of bonuses in melee, which is very nice. Though typically you want to keep him in extended bits of melee, time of melee. Goreherd will be the infantry, including the Blackhorn's Ravagers, and we also got some Ungors, of course, with spears, all vanguarded up to attempt to catch out the High Elves. But unfortunately for them, High Elves are doing the same trick. We got Sentis and Sentis of Tzeentch. Just not as much Sentis as you would like on the Beastman sides, but you do have at least one of them Sentis, and then an Incarnate Elemental of Beast in the back line. For some reason, instead of Vanguard. Because he doesn't have Vanguard, huh? Wow. Maybe Beastman should give him a trick or two. But either way, Rangers are taking that fight with the Goreherd, and obviously it's going to be a bloody fight between the two. Goreherd are actually winning that out before the Ellyrian Reavers joined in on the fight there. Might start turning things around. Eltharion is going to jump down on top of the Kazarak, who just pop all his buffs, bringing him up to 170 freaking charge bonus, 630 weapon strength. This guy is nuts. He's going to possibly start ripping apart those Rangers very, very quickly. Eltharion's crappy little missile barrage coming down there, doing some damage. Apotheos is going down, trying to heal up those Rangers a bit. Fireborn deal with the Ungors very quickly and can start making their way over to support the infantry. Can deal with the Sentis, which are taking a charge into the Rangers and didn't really do much damage. What the hell was that? That was a very limp charge. And they do get that charge in there. Flock of Doom going down, hitting those Rangers and the Fireborn, I believe. Possibly, no, they did it. How the Great Beast does go down, reduces their speed by 25%, and it provides an 8 leadership buff. And oh my god, that Incarnate is taking so much damage, not only from the Fireborn, but the skirmishing of the High Elf side, just getting absolutely destroyed. And that is one of the main problems with Incarnate Elemental. It has such low armor, and it's just so easy to hit, such a big target. It's already going down to crumbling status, and it's instability, so it's going to take a lot more damage than crumbling instead. So poor Incarnate Elemental is just going to be bodied. The Rangers, speaking of, are getting bodied by Sentis and just a massive amount of Beastmen nearby. I didn't even go over the spellcaster for the Beastmen. It is a Beastcaster with no surprise there. Flock of Doom, but also just like a bunch of other spells as well. Incubation, Curse Banner here, and Wild Form plus Jagged Dagger, which is funny. Maybe a new player who did not expect or doesn't know that he should pretty much only be taking Flock of Doom, but I admire their choice of taking all those spells. Ellyrian Reavers coming back here. Kazarak's taking that fight still with the Ellyrian Reavers. Not exactly the best place for him to be. He doesn't have He is on a chariot, so doesn't exactly want to be keeping a fight with a cav unit, but he's still pretty beefy, and he's gonna be fighting now with the Eltharion, though that fight he doesn't exactly want to take. Though he does get a wild form on him. He's up to 525 strength and 117 armor, up to 81 leadership. He could pick a fight with Eltharion with that, if it wasn't for the Fireborn nearby supporting him and Eltharion Reavers. So, speaking of victory, the cap point is taken by High Elves, but it's probably not going to be very pertinent into this late game, especially if Kazarak gets sniped out, but I don't think he will. Eltharion's not that great of a fighter. He's a decent fighter. As you can see with 42, 44, some of it being reduced by a very tired base 56. He's not the best fighter, definitely for sure in the high elf roster, but he's pretty decent. But yeah, he definitely won't be able to be he's not potent enough of a fighter to snipe out Kazarak, but he is potent enough to snipe out a Brave Shaman if he gets so careless to stay in melee with him. But he's going to just jump down there, miss his attack, I believe, and then bounce out. Fight is a lot closer than one would expect, considering the Incarnate Elemental being shut down. I think it's particularly because, even though Eltharion did get that nice Vanguard bug, he's not the best fighter, as I said, so he's not going to solo the Beastmen army, and they still have quite a bit of stuff left. Some Centaurs in the backline fighting the Eltharion Reavers. The Fireborn are relatively healthy. They just got another Apotheosis there, so I would say it's close, but considering how healthy the Fireborn is, I don't think it's as close as the balance of power makes it seem. I think the Fireborn will be able to carry this along with Eltharion. Constantly just shock charge in and do a bunch of damage to the Beastmen infantry. Though that Beth there from the wild form is going to get them up to 41 armor and decent weapon strength, so they can do a little damage in return to those Fireborn, especially though they are considering they are exhausted. Maybe better just to keep the exhausted Fireborn outside of combat for a little bit, let them regain some of their vigor. But those Centaurs are probably not going to give them a break, and so they're going to start chasing them down. And I understand the reason for doing so when you have Spearmen to support. So yeah, I definitely see the reason for it. Want to try to shut those guys down as soon as possible, because those are the best, or rather the only win con the High Elves have at the moment, as the Eltharion Reaver is spending all of their ammo shooting away at the Beastmen infantry. But yeah, those cities do get shut down, especially with the help of Eltharion, who does get to terror route them as well. Fireborn are going to charge in there, get a rear charge in, and the Ungor Spearmen route those guys off really quickly with a rear charge. Oh wait, but then Kazarak jumps in there and is going to help out their leadership. He does get that Deadly Onslaught and Wild Form popped. He's up to 630 weapon strength. He's going to chase after those Fireborn. And Eltharion is going to jump after the opportunity to shut down that Brave Shaman now that they're all alone. You know, Kazarak is a brave man. He is a brave beastman for sure. Leaving his spellcaster all alone, thinking that he can take the Fireborn, catch them out. But first of all, he does not have that speed to do so. Even with the charge speed being as good as it is, letting you catch out units which normally you wouldn't be able to catch out, it's still not enough. And he is just one simple man on a simple board chariot. He ain't gonna catch out those Fireborn. They're just gonna run away as Eltharion is gonna snipe out your caster, and Kazarak is left in his moment of anger all by himself, not gonna be able to do anything, knowing that his Incarnate Elemental got shut down so quickly, knowing that his Brave Shaman was left all alone. His anger left him yet again bruised, beaten, without any revenge, without the revenge that he seeks so desperately. He's now left pitiful. And the win goes to the High Elves. NC Gala here takes the win with Eltharion. You gotta love to see it. Eltharion up to 2400 value there. Very, very beautiful. I love to see Eltharion the Grim put in some value. He's my favorite High Elf Lord. Lithanar, if he was a bit better, I would say he's second, but really he's just so pitiful. I can't say it. Eltharion, though, to be fair, isn't the best spot either, but he's takeable. He's usable for sure. He's just Yeah. He's style points. If you want to win with style points, or possibly win with style points, that's who you take is Eltharion. Cool freaking Griffin mount. He's got a decent lore. You expect an Air Force, I think he's a decent choice. You want a respectable fighter because obviously he has Tempest, so he can slow down any air units, possibly catch them out. He has Apotheosis, so you can heal up your important units. They're obviously not as good as a Lifeblood caster. And he's a decent fighter, so you can help join in on any fights, important fights, like with your Fireborn or with your Swordmasters, etc. So, yeah, he's pretty cool. Got a silly little hat. Got a cool mount. 1703 here on the Fireborn. Nothing else here was too notable. Rangers kind of got their butt beat, but one of them got 94 kills at the very least. But yeah, they traded okay into the Goreherd, but the Goreherd is just better there overall. If you let them in one, if you let them there without any support from Eltharion Reavers, I almost said Silverhelm was there. That's crazy. Then they probably would have lost for sure. Not the best infantry on the High Elves. More borderline, almost chaff. Yeah, 1703 here on the Fireborn did pretty good. I mean, as you saw, pretty much the reason one of the main reasons that they won in the late game, them being so healed up and able to just deal with these Sentis so handily, especially the Sentis of Tzeentch. Those Sentis of Tzeentch just got bodied. I mean, they had no possible chance of. I mean, they still got some value. I'm assuming there. We'll see. Lunar River Archers, they pretty much had no contest, no dogs or Sentis to chase them down. I mean, they only had the Beastmen. Obviously, their main mistake was not bringing enough Sentis, and I hate to say that because Beastmen taking like 6 or max Sentis that they can take is so boring to see. But I mean, it's one of your best tactics. So, I mean, yeah, that's obviously one of the main reasons the Lunar River Archers just were left unchallenged. But yeah, well played by Gala here. We got 1825 here on Kazarak. Oh, Kazarak One Eye. His anger, his fury. He was able to fend off Eltharion. He was able to fight back the Eltharion Reavers, even the Fireborn a little bit, and deal with the High Elf infantry. He had pretty much a decent fight all around. It's just he didn't have the best targets, honestly. The infantry, the High Elves had your Beastmen infantry had no issue dealing with them. They didn't have to bring a lot of range units for him to be able to disrupt, and he did okay. 1825, obviously fantastic, but he obviously isn't the most viable lord in that position. But he did pretty awesome. Again, style points, bringing Kazarak. And I've heard he is the best like chariot lord for Beastmen. So if you want to bring a chariot lord, he is the man to go to. Beastcaster did alright, 600 value. Again, you mostly just want to spam off Lock of Doom, but again, style points for bringing more like buff spells. The buff spells are very cool. I just wish they were better in Total War. Chords did fine. They did their job. 748 here on the Blackhorns Ravager. Sentis, nothing too notable. And Cardamom Lonto got absolutely destroyed. I mean, every time I see it on the battlefield in any freaking Beastman game, in any Kislev game, it just gets bodied. It's just such a not good unit. I wish it was better, but it is what it is. I mean, what can you do? Beastmen have better units, obviously, like the Jabber's Life. So, but yeah, thanks to Gala for posting the game. Hey, Lenorm is your real name. I couldn't think of it until now, but yeah, thanks Lenorm. Pretty cool and interesting bug for Eltharion. Maybe give him Vanguard CA, please. Just let him have it. Why not? I'll catch you guys next time. See you with another one. Bye bye.